Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. In today's episode, we're going to cover one more way to make an income to get off of disability. Today's topic, freelance work, plus a bonus. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this episode. Let's get to it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fierce and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
Alright, so today's episode we're talking about freelance work. And exactly what is freelance work? Well, freelance work is doing anything independently that you would do yourself outside of a company. This could be like going on to FIVERR or Rev or UPWORK, just to name a few different sites that you could check out. They allow you as a independent contractor or freelancer to go onto their site, list your skills that you would like to offer your services for, which could be video editing, podcast editing, mastering music, writing blogs, writing a book, ghost writing, voiceovers, voice acting, animators, artists. There's just a slew of all kinds of things that you can find on Fiverr, Rev, and Upwork. Now, when you're on sites like these, the prices can range from as little as a couple dollars up to a hefty amount, depending on what it is that that particular customer might want in the person that they're hiring, or depending on what that person charges for their services, depending on what those services entail. Like a logo worker on there could charge you like $5 for a quick sketch, or they could charge you $25 for a quick sketch that took them an hour. They could charge you $250 because, well, it was in 5 different formats and it took them 20 minutes to put it together, but it took them another half an hour to make the different sizes. Not really likely that it's going to take that long to do those sizes, but just for an example. Another place you could also do freelance work is on Craigslist. Craigslist has a help wanted or a gigs section in there that you could check out as well, and those range from just everyday labor to the same kind of things you would find on Fiverr and Upwork and sites like those. Freelancing is allowing others to know that you have a service and the pay at which you are willing to do that service and approximately how long it will take you to do that service. That's all it is. Another good way to think about a freelancer is an independent journalist for your local newspaper. Not that too many of them are around these days because the newspaper does seem to be taking a decline, but back in the day, journalists for the newspaper were a lot of the time freelancers. These are people who would do a lot of different types of writing, and they would take their stories and go to the different newspaper companies or news companies and try to sell them that story. If the newspaper or the news company wanted that story, they'd say, yeah, we'll take it. They pay them a fee for their use, and voila, out the door they went. Same kind of concept, but now it's online. You can also do these kind of things in person as well. You just have to know what you're willing to do and how far you're willing to travel and all that kind of thing that revolves around that. I hope this was a little bit helpful. Now your bonus, you ready? The scrap metal. Remember, I mentioned that in the very first video in the series as your bonus. It's still here, it's just thrown in a different spot. Scrapping metal can be another great way for you to be able to make some money. Why? How? Well, scrapping metal can be a very, very simple thing. You could take any of your old electrical cords, whether they're short ones or whether they're real long orange ones, doesn't matter how long it is. You take those electrical cords, pile them all up. That right there, once you strip them down, is bare copper or bare aluminum. You separate the metals from the type that they are, and each has its own value. You could do the same thing with all of your metal electronics. You don't necessarily have to take all of those apart, on the other hand. Some of those you can actually leave together for the most part, like refrigerators and freezers and things like that. There are some requirements to disconnect freon lines and refrigerants and stuff like that. That is something you check with your local scrapyard about for their requirements, because every scrapyard is different. But you can go to a scrapyard and you can give them copper, aluminum, silver, steel, you name it for a metal, and they will take it. The more metal you have, the more money you make. The unfortunate thing about the scrap metal industry is it fluctuates on a daily basis. You can keep track of the values of the metals by checking out a few different sites or just Googling what that current melt value is. That's what you're most interested in. What is the melt value? Because that there tells you a little bit about how much where your metal might come in at the scrapyard. Because that's what they're getting it for, and that's why they want it, is so they can melt it down and reuse it. That value is basically the value that you're gonna get out of that metal. Now, of course, because you're taking it to a scrapyard, they are going to take a little off the top, because they have to then take that metal you took and go to another company to offload that metal to repurpose. So the scrapyard does take a little bit of the weight profits from you, but you still get the majority. That there is another great way that you can make income, and it's also a great way to keep a lot of extra unneeded waste out of our landfills in keeping our earth clean. It's also repurposing metal to help further the products and things that we all use on a daily basis. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found value in this video. Please drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you have another idea for this series. I have some more, but I'm interested in hearing what you have for ideas of ways to make money getting off of disability. Maybe some of them are good, maybe some of them aren't. Let's discuss that in the chat down below. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos and more. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget, hit that like button and check out this video over here if you haven't seen it already. See you next time.